Hey yo, what is good, my legendary beast? It is your boy LilSauceLegend, aka Nate. It is January 15th, 2026, 7:26 a.m. And I would like to take this time out to say good morning to every last one of you. I will be honest, things are a little bit hectic in the news because we have been getting reports that Trump has been making a very conceited effort to take over Greenland and essentially get all of our NATO allies to fucking turn on us. And at this point, I'm pretty much just waiting for the bombs to just start dropping. And there's a lot of things that are going on in the world right now, but realistically, we have no control over that shit. Congress needs to impeach his ass, but they're too busy sucking the dick of Trump, so we're not really going to be seeing that anytime soon. Oh, we have to get ready for the midterms in order to pack Congress with Democrats in order to make sure that we can impeach him. But even then, it's going to all be same shit, different toilet. All the ICE raids that are happening nowadays, basically becoming the modern day version of the Gestapo, is all just, it just feels like a lot. And I understand that it feels like a lot, and ignoring it isn't really going to be beneficial to anyone. In fact, it's actually detrimental to everyone if we go on ignoring this. So while I will talk about it and while I will pay attention to it and keep you guys informed on what's going on in the world, there does still need to be space for your own mental health and for you to still be able to like detach from all of that shit, because at the end of the day, we're all human and there is still a little bit of a bandwidth that we really need to like fucking maintain when it comes to all of the negative shit and all of the abhorrent evil that is going on in the world right now. I'm not saying don't stay informed. I'm not saying ignore the news. I'm not saying fucking just be in a doomer bubble all the goddamn time. I'm just saying be human and understand that there are times when you need to just fucking tune that bullshit out. Not for the entirety of your entire life, but just like for a week, you know? Not necessarily a week, but like, cause shit can go down within a week and then you'll be fucking caught with your pants down. But like a day, just like a day where you just turn that shit the fuck off. But what I will recommend is the common sense thing that I recommend to everybody everywhere. Number one, have a plan of action in the case of nuclear war. Understand where you're going to go to. Understand your evacuation plans. Understand what you're going to be doing in case something does happen within your area. Don't let it be all consuming, but be aware of it, you know? Kind of like getting a new apartment and being aware that you're not going to get your fucking security deposit back, you know? But enough of that bullshit. Let's get into the fucking yapping. So what is going on with me as far as my life goes? Well, I've actually started to look into coding with Python now because I actually thought of something that actually would be pretty revolutionary as far as activism goes. I can't really get into the full details of exactly what the planning of this thing is, but I just know that for a fact, it would actually be extremely beneficial to the average American citizen and honestly, globally. I just need to know what are the logistical options of getting something like this started in the first place. Then I would need to look for investors that are willing to sign on to something like this without hearing the full plan. Because when it comes to like freaking industry shaking level things like this, you need to keep all of your cards towards your chest. Otherwise, you're going to face heavy regulation and freaking sabotage from companies who are wanting to see you fucking fail, you know? Because they want to keep their monopolistic stranglehold over this part of the fucking economy, so they will willingly just fucking sabotage you outright if they genuinely see you as a viable threat to their fucking bottom line. But I am still learning how to code with Python, and I wanted to eventually translate that into other languages that would actually be better for app development and keeping up websites like this. So I'm trying to debate on whether or not this would actually be a good website, whether this would be a good website or a good app, you know? Because if it was a website, then we would be able to jump over the hurdles of dealing with the fucking Apple App Store and all that other bullshit. But if it was an application, then we can easily transition into more user friendliness as well as ease of use and ease of access. I don't know. I'm still working out the logistics as it stands. Then next we have GED studies. I've been talking about this for the past couple of months, but I am glad to say that I have actually scheduled the first round of tests for the GED exam. I am going to be doing the two that I know that I am going to ace very freaking easily, and that is the ELA and social studies GED tests. And I'm going to be taking those about next week, I would say on January 20th. I'm still working out the logistics on where the test is going to be held. I wanted to know if I would be able to get the test read aloud to me, because I used to have an IEP, but I'm not sure if that actually still applies in this situation. But, you know, tomato, potato, we'll see. And honestly, those two tests are extremely easy. All they are is just, can you read, quote unquote, the test? Like, that is literally all it is. And it just basically asks critical thinking skills and just, are you able to translate the information within the text into something that's comprehensible, or at the very least, can you make us see what you see? And not to toot my own horn or anything, but based on my extensive vocabulary that you guys have seen from me over the past couple of months, and maybe even years, this is pretty much fucking my bread and butter at this point. I am a writer, and I am a pretty well-spoken person, so translating that onto paper doesn't really seem like that hard to me. It basically seems like one-to-one with the industry that I've gone into with creative writing and content creation, because this is all some things that are just basically analogous to each other. And in terms of my goals in moving into my own apartment, that is still a long road to hoe, bro. Like, the cost of living out here in New York City is extremely insane, because there is no way in heck I would be able to afford any of the places that are even out here in the first place, dude. Like, the minimum price you're going to be looking at if you want to live in a decently safe neighborhood is going to be like $2,500 a month at minimum, and that's going to be for a studio at the max, dude. And then there are going to be those people that are going to say, oh, why don't you try and see about moving to a new state? Dude, like, when it comes to moving to a new state, that's a whole nother can of worms that I don't even want to even think about opening at this point, because number one, we got these freaking ICE raids that are happening everywhere in this country, and I don't even know if I'm going to be even safe in any other state. They just pull up on people not identifying themselves, and eventually somebody gonna get shot, because you can't just pull up on an American in a random part of the country where the Second Amendment laws are way more loosey-goosey than New York City. 5 niggas deep with fucking shiesties on, and then expect to not get popped. And then when you do, it's like, oh damn, I'm going to federal prison now because this nigga didn't tell me who the hell he was. Like, I don't even want to deal with any of that bullshit, so I would rather just stick to sanctuary cities, because at the very least, the presence of ICE in these sanctuary cities are way less than they are in other parts of the country. Not to mention the fact that other states pay like goddamn slavery, and I'm not fucking doing that. You think you're gonna get 24 an hour in any other fucking state other than New York, and you're not working in construction, you're fucking bugging. Fuck that. You think you're gonna find any other industry in other than New York City where you're gonna be either working at home or working in an office, you're bugging. Literally, the fucking middle of America is basically just the fucking blue collar belt, honestly. And I'm not saying that there's a problem with blue collar work. I'm just saying that I don't want to fucking sacrifice my knees and my back in my 40s to just get a couple of dollars here and there. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not sacrificing my body just for a couple of pennies, dude. No, I'm not doing that. So at this point, what other options do I have other than to get my GED, go for my accounting degree, or at the very least make sure that I have multiple streams of passive income and active income that can actually make up the difference, so I don't fucking struggle as much when I try to get my own damn place? Because I'm not gonna be fucking e-begging like a bunch of damn different people to fucking be like, oh, check out my Patreon or all that other shit. No, if you want to do that, then go right ahead. But I'm not gonna make it a you problem to make sure that I can fucking get an apartment. All I'm gonna be doing is posting these videos, posting my content like I usually would do, and just hope for the best, number one, and number two, try to improve my content so I can actually become a high earner on this platform, so I can actually afford to live by so I can actually afford to get my own apartment. But I'm going to be doing that from the sweat of my own brow and the work that I'm putting into the content that I'm making, because I'll be damned if I have to move to East New York. Next, we have the drawing goals that I've set for myself, and learning how to actually draw and trying to get better at art and not suck at drawing anymore. Well, that's kind of it's kind of going shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's going shit, because my ability to draw in perspective is complete ass butter, because I don't know how short to make the lines or how aggressively to draw the angle when you're looking at a character from a different perspective, and it's actually confusing to me, because I thought that there would be like a fucking intuitive nature to it, but it's a little confusing. But does that mean I'm gonna give up automatically? No, it just means I'm going to need to download some images in order to figure out how perspective works in a more nuanced way to where I can actually freaking draw things from a 3D perspective and give things depth by intuitively tracing over things, breaking things down into their into their basic shapes, working with perspective line grids. I already bought a ruler. I am going to start working on my tablet a lot more, trying to figure this stuff out. It's all baby steps from this point on, but you know, we're still working, we're still grooving, we're still moving. Also, I'm thinking about getting into photography too. Just taking random pictures all around New York City and of the things that I see on a regular day-to-day basis and uploading them to the Instagram page every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not only because I want to start getting it more into photography, but also because I think that a lot of you are interested in different parts of New York and vicariously want to experience what it is like to be in New York City without actually having to deal with any of the fucking Democrat bullshit that goes on in this state. So yeah, I'm actually considering taking pictures all around New York City. Actually, comment down below what you would want to see in New York City from my perspective. And if there's anything that you want me to look into in New York City, maybe I can actually film videos of it and actually post them on the YouTube channel if you were actually genuinely interested in me doing that. Because I want to give people the experiences that they actually haven't had the chance to actually look into yet, or at the very least give people more information on something that they've genuinely been curious about. And if you're genuinely interested in learning new information, I could go into an autistic level of detail on how to get your pistol and rifle permits in New York City if you were interested in what you could actually legally carry in New York City and where you can legally carry, because I already have that information. Because I'm not going to be that person that fucking holds all of that information behind a fucking paywall like these goddamn licensing companies and shit, because that is extremely irritating. If you have information that is good enough for the public to actually be fucking distributed out in a way that actually will make people's lives easier, why would you hide that information behind a paywall? I could never freaking understand that. You know what? Screw the freaking vote part of that. I'm actually just going to do that video next week Friday. I'm going to do the video next week Friday on what you need in order to get your pistol and rifle permits respectively, whether that be a premise residence permit, what is the difference between a premise residence permit, a concealed carry permit, a freaking security permit, like what is the differences between the permits, where are you allowed to carry, where are you not allowed to carry, what documents you're going to need to submit, what is the amount you're going to need to pay in order to actually get the permits and everything else like that. Because I genuinely believe that we as a society and we as liberals in this country need to start embracing the idea of gun ownership, because I'm just going to be 100% blunt when I say this. The opposition of what we're dealing with in this country in regards to our freedoms and our rights as citizens is not in danger by terms of litigation or terms of semantics. It's in the sense our mere existence is being ridiculed, and the existence of individuals is being threatened at this point. Because when you're talking about freaking rounding people up like the fucking cattle in Germany, when it comes to like if you're basically doing shit that is comparable to fucking Hitler when he was rounding up the Jews, then I'm not going to be the person that is going to lie down and just let people do whatever the fuck they want to me without any just cause. No, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. And I guarantee there's a lot of people that have the same sentiment as me that will just not sit down and let people just run all over them. Fuck no. I'm not saying develop a fucking no, don't tread on me type of fucking mindset where you're basically just walking around armed to the teeth waiting for somebody to just fucking do something to you. No. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not going to cower in fear from a bunch of people who are too chicken shit to say the quiet part out loud that they're just racist, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say for today, honestly. I know this is a short yapping session, but honestly, I just feel like I should upload this as quickly as possible because I want to start uploading these more in the morning time so people can have something to wake up to and they can have something to take them on their commutes whenever they're going out to go do something. And me being done with these and making them shorter actually sounds more conducive to letting that happen. So thank you guys so much for watching these videos. If you liked it, then hit that like button down below. If you want to watch more content like this in the future, then hit that subscribe button and check down below and send me like record down below and see if that little button lit up when I said hit that subscribe button, because I genuinely want to know if my channel is at the level where it can actually do that now. I think that's actually pretty cool. If it can do that. But as always, this is your boy LilSauceLegend telling all y'all to stay saucy.